Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm not sure who's on yet. I'm here with Jen from Literary Love 123. Very good friend of mine, a very good friend of the channel, and I know a lot of you guys are subscribed to her too. So people are just trickling in here, Jen, and just give them a couple of minutes. We were just talking about how I've been struggling with this flu for weeks and weeks and weeks and just can't get over it. So, trying to get back into the swing of things with recording and all of the things, but it's starting to get nice here at least. I mean, we go from snow right into summer pretty much. We had two snowstorms last week, and I think and within the next couple of days it's supposed to be like 20 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, maybe in the 70s. So,
Yeah,
it's
I'm not
just
sure either.
yeah, snow right into summer here where I am, so it's kinda crazy, but,
That's
you know,
wild.
yeah, at least we're not in the dead of winter anymore. I can do away with the -40s, that's for sure. I've got some Gatorade with me this morning, try to keep my voice during these sprints. So, looks like people are trickling in. Jen, why don't you let us know, a little bit about yourself and about your channel in case there's somebody new on?
Okay. I am Jen, and my channel is Literary Love 123. I mostly read from the horror genre, but I do read other genres sometimes too. And I do often talk about horror through an academic lens because I do have a master's in English, which I like to use to analyze horror, but I also like to just have fun and, talk about books too. So it's not stuffy or anything like that. So I would love to have you subscribe if you haven't already.
Yes, anybody who's on there that isn't on Jen's channel, make sure to go in and subscribe to her. I'm way behind on even other people's YouTube videos. I have to do some catching up. I'm not sure if I saw it on Instagram or if I heard you talking about it. You finished an education in Malice, right?
Yes.
And it was kind of eh?
Yes. And I think part of that could have been my own expectations because I absolutely was obsessed with S.T. Gibson's A Dowry of Blood, which is the book where it's told from like a perspective of one of Frankenstein's brides. And the prose in that book was just so lush and beautiful. And I felt like that was missing from An Education in Malice, which it is also a vampire type story because it's a Carmilla kind of reimagining.
Yes.
And I did like the plot for the most part, but I just felt like it was missing the beauty of the writing, and I just was not as compelled by it as I was A Dowry of Blood. So
Do you think it could have been maybe because of the success of A Dowry of Blood that maybe the education in Malice maybe was a little bit rushed and didn't have
yeah.
the love put into it in the same way?
I definitely got that impression that it did, some of it did feel a bit rushed. And I wish that she had had more time, which, I know there's a lot of pressure as an author, I'm sure, but I do feel like it was a bit rushed where she could have maybe taken more time and added some of those elements from A Dowry of Blood that I just didn't see in An Education in Malice. I think I gave it 3 stars, so it wasn't terrible. But it just wasn't living up to the hype of A Dowry of Blood.
Yeah, and I mean, I think sometimes we do that ourselves too, like, especially if we love something so much from another author that you just want everything to be at that level, you know?
Yes.
So, I totally understand that. What are you reading now?
I'm reading several things as always that just juggling this stuff. But we'll just talk about physical books right now. I'm doing a buddy read of Immortal Pleasures by V.
Oh.
Castro. This is a vampire story. Any vampire book I can get, will read. I'm very obsessed with vampires. But I'm also reading essays from this book, Zombie Theory, a Reader. This is edited by Sarah Juliet Lauro. And I'm reading this for Kat at Kat's Novel Adventures
Nice.
Zombie-thon event this month because May is Zombie Awareness Month. It's actually a thing. There's actually like programs and discussions put out about it. So how to prepare for the zombie apocalypse.
I love that.
But this is fun, kind of looking at an academic analysis of what zombies have represented throughout the history of literature and movies. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just kind of picking the essays that really interest me. So those are my two physical reads right now.
They sound fantastic. I love that. I was just I was just saying because I started a vlog for my Patreon last night, and I was saying that I finally picked up the Spooksville books by Christopher Pike, and I've been reading those. I finished the first one a little while ago, and actually Matt was listening to it with me while we were coloring and Halloween coloring books. Um, and he was like, "This is actually a really good little story," and I'm like, "Yeah, they're awesome." So I got like a I think it's almost like a box set, but for audiobooks. So it's like the first four or the first five. So I'm going to continue with those because I love Christopher Pike, but I haven't picked up any of his Spooksville until right now. So they're a lot of fun.
I'm excited to see that vlog once you get it up.
Yes. I went to a witches market yesterday. I think you saw I bought my first piece of taxidermy, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was so nice just to get out after being laid up sick. Just to get out and see some of the other witchy things that are in the community that I haven't experienced yet because they're small businesses. And yeah, so up to some shenanigans again, movies, coloring, putting together the Hogwarts castle. So I'll get that up probably sometime this week.
Yay.
Ooh, let's see who's on. Good morning. Hopefully, these sprints will motivate me to grade. Yes, glad you're starting to feel better. I am slowly but surely. So hopefully, I'll get back to my regular scheduling for Patreon and YouTube and Instagram and all the things, and even just reading. Like I just haven't had the motivation to read even because I lie down and I just want to sleep. Oh, you're live hopping this morning. What else are you doing? Are you going over to Cliff's? I think it's starting at the exact same time as this one. Kat and Cliff are doing a live discussion this morning over on his channel.
I know I'm gonna catch the replay of that because I love
Yeah.
those where Cliff does the discussions with other booktubers. They're so much fun, and I can't wait to hear what he and Kat get up to discussing.
Yes, absolutely. They're both fantastic. And I shared the link last night, like in our old school April kind of group chat and just invited anybody on. And she mentioned that she was going to be over on his channel. So I'll definitely have to check it out on the replay. And I know Sundays are really popular with people doing sprints and stuff too. So all right. Well, I know Jen has to hop off early for a lovely brunch with a friend. So anytime that you feel that you need to hop out, just hop out. And I'm going to go to the first sprint. We're going to be doing extended sprints today. So instead of 45, I'm going to be doing an hour because I have a ton of editing to get through. So I wanted to give myself lots of time. So let's bring up the kitty.
All right. I will probably have to hop out now so I
Yes.
can get some stuff done. But thank you for having me on at the beginning, Elizabeth. I appreciate you so much and your support. And I hope everyone has a wonderful Sunday. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Cat and Cliff. I'll probably end up watching the replay. It was great. 5 minutes in. I can't even imagine the shenanigans over there. That's fantastic. All right. Bringing up the kitty if I can. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Going to the first sprint, and I will see you guys on the other side. See how much editing I can get done. Hi, everybody. Hope you guys had a great sprint. I see there's more people on that have trickled in over the past little while. Oh, I have my pumpkin queen sweater on today. Um, I'm like very much in the Halloween mood today. So I hope everybody had a great sprint. Let me know what you guys are reading, what you're working on. I did have Jen from Literary Love 123 on earlier. She had to jump and go to a brunch with a friend, but we had a good chat. We were talking about how I'm just kind of getting over the flu still. So yeah, I've got a bunch of editing done in the first sprint. We're having a little bit of extended sprints today, going for an hour at a time, and we'll see how much I can get through before I have to go take a nap. So yeah, working on some videos, trying to get back into the swing of things after this god awful flu. So working on that, and I'm freshly out of the shower. So Cultural Cobweb says, have a great brunch. So Jen had to jump and go to brunch with a friend. I wish I was going to brunch. Good morning, Patricia and Russell. Hello. Oh, and Matt's here too. Hi. And Amanda, good morning. Froggy is here. Hello. Yes, Cliff and Kat had a live show at exactly the same time scheduled as I did. I'm sure they're still going over there. I have to go catch it on the replay because I know they're going to get up to some great shenanigans. They're two of my favorite people. And I have a ton of YouTube to get caught up on as well for any YouTubers who are on here that haven't seen me in their comments lately. I have a ton of YouTube to catch up on. So I've been like way behind with like all of my YouTube and Patreon and all of the things. I have a ton of content planning I have to do. We are doing the live discussion next weekend for the Haunted Victorian Book Club, Book of Thorns by Hester Fox. I'm going to have Edie Lewis on with me next weekend. So that'll be Saturday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So excited for that. So the promotional thumbnail and stuff will go out today for that as well. And I have a whole bunch of editing, like I said, to get through. I'm also working on a vlog for my patrons. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff to do. I'm trying to balance myself. My family has been a little bit not upset, but concerned that I'm doing a bit too much lately. So I'm trying to keep my energies balanced through all of this as well and try to get better. And, you know, I think that's why I can't get over this flu is because I don't know when to stop. So working on that. Coffee with hubby. I heard my husband with the coffee maker going up there while I was down here. I kind of want another one too. Completed some boring chores and read a chapter in Michael Tyree's upcoming book. Oh, are you working on an arc? That's so exciting. I love getting arcs from authors. But you know, we got to do the boring stuff too. Lots of coffee. Okay, coffee going around. I need to go get another one. Got to page 152 of The Ritual. Very nice. Is that oh, what's his name? Is that the Adam Neville one or is that by somebody else? Let me know. So good, hard to put down. Well, that's fantastic. I've been kind of getting back into my reading too. What am I reading right now? I'm actually finishing off Book of Thorns, which was what was it, April pick for my book club, because I got slowed way down and just I wasn't reading really. I was just watching a lot of stuff. So I'm working on that one. What else am I reading? I'm reading the first couple of books in Christopher Pike's Spooksville series. My husband and I really like to color or do Lego, and I've been having that one on audiobook while we're doing that. I'm also reading Fear Street number 15, which is the Prom Queen, because I'm kind of doing like a prom themed reading challenge, I guess you would call it, or themed reading. I don't know. So I've watched a bunch of movies that have like proms or homecoming dances and stuff like that, and then reading that one. And I also wanted to read The Homecoming Queen, which is another point horror that I just got for my collection. So kind of doing like a prom themed sort of thing. It's funny because we were out yesterday and we're pretty sure we saw a whole bunch of like graduation and prom theme stuff, people buying cakes and all the things. So yeah, excited to get back into my reading more now that I have more energy. Always more coffee. I agree. I'm a coffeeholic. Actually, it's becoming a problem. I need to try to cut back a little bit because if anybody doesn't know, I am bipolar and sometimes caffeine can interfere with mania. And I've been very up lately, so trying to balance that out a little bit. Adam Neville, okay, I haven't read that one yet. I've heard so much about it. I think I have it on my shelf, and I haven't read it yet. But Adam Neville's writing is fantastic. No One Gets Out Alive is one of my favorite books. It's so good. Perfect time of year for prom themed media. I agree. So we watched we watched Angus. I don't know if anybody here has seen Angus. It's from 1995. And it's a really, really good story. Very heartwarming. There's a lot of heart in it. And one of my favorite movies is My Boyfriend's Back, which is kind of an obscure one from the 90s, sort of a cult classic. It's very weird. And this kid comes back to life to take his the girl he has a crush on to the prom. So we watched that one. I want to watch the remake of Prom Night because it's super cheesy and I'm in the mood for kind of a slasher. So I'm going to watch that and then continue with my prom themed reading. Didn't get to the Book of Thorns. I ordered The Secret of Heartwood Hall yesterday from Thrift Books. Perfect. I've heard a lot of good things about it when I announced that that was going to be the pick for May. So if anybody wants to join in for this month, we are reading The Secrets of Heartwood Hall by Katie Lumsden. And a lot of people reached out and said that it was really, really good. So I'm excited for that. Yes, they're making yeah, is it Netflix? Yeah, Netflix is doing another Fear Street themed movie, based on the Prom Queen, so I heard that actually not that long ago. What was it, last week or the week before? I don't have Netflix personally, but when something comes on that we really wanna see, like, I'll, resubscribe for a month or whatever and then shut it off again. It's just getting way too expensive, and, a lot of people know my rants about streaming services lately. So I am probably going to get it when that comes out because I'd really like to see it. I think like, what are your guys' thoughts on the Fear Street movies that they did for Netflix? I mean, I think they're okay in their own way. It has very little Fear Street feel. Um, but I think as kind of standalones that, they were good for what they were. They were okay. So I am going to be getting it again for the new Fear Street. And like when the new season of Stranger Things, we're huge Stranger Things fans in this house. I'll get it then again too. Mine too. Perfect. My Boyfriend's Back is so, oh, I'm so glad you know it. So many so many people don't know that movie. It's so funny. I don't know. I was a weird kid. Obviously, I'm a weird adult too. Um, but I watched a lot of obscure things when I was growing up, and I talked to people about it, and they have no idea what I'm talking about, and they look at me like I have 10 heads, honestly. So is that why the prom queen is so expensive on eBay right now? Because of it could be. Yeah, and it's one of the reasons why I've been trying to collect as many of my favorite series as I can because it's like a really big thing right now with the nostalgia bomb. So I think like the Fear Street, Point Horror, Goosebumps, Babysitter's Club, like all of those kinds of things. Um it's just driving up Christopher Pike because of the Christopher Pike show that they had, which was okay. I can do a whole podcast episode on that. But it was okay, and, so it's the same for Christopher Pike books. So I'm trying to get my collections up as much as possible, and I mean, some of those books are so expensive. Even on Etsy, with, resellers and stuff, it's so, so expensive. So I think that's probably why. I actually don't have The Prom Queen in physical copy. I had to get it on my Kindle because I really wanted to read it for this readathon or whatever that I'm doing or themed read. So yeah, it probably is the reason why. Just we rewatch Stranger Things because we were sick of waiting for the new season. Yeah, I feel you. Is there an announcement? I've been kind of living under a rock recently. I haven't really heard a whole lot of movie news or anything. But let me know if there's been an announcement because I'd really like to know when the new season is coming out. I know we waited long enough for season 4, was it? The Vecna season. So it's funny because my when season 4 came out, I was chatting with my parents and they were like, "Oh, we can never find anything to watch. There's never anything on." And I'm like, try Stranger Things, and I had tried to get them to watch it like 7 or 8 times, and they were like, "No, that's like a kids show," and I'm like, "It's really not." Like, it's based around kids, but it's really not. And, it was like I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days later or whatever, my mom was like, "Yeah, we're on season 3." Like, they ended up loving it, so we're very much the same way. I haven't done a rewatch in a while because, like I said, I don't subscribe regularly to Netflix, but I can't wait for the new season, and we'll definitely do a rewatch before the new one comes out. Yeah, go ask somebody, M, when you get a second. I would really like to know. I'm assuming there hasn't been any kind of, announcement because I'm sure I would have heard it through the grapevine somewhere or seen it on Instagram. What time is it? 9:23. So, I think I'm going to go into another sprint here pretty soon. Like I said, I wanna get my editing done today. So I'm so glad to see all of you guys. This is perfect. Love my Sunday morning crew. My parents would not like it at all. I don't think it's really my mom's thing as such, it's more my dad's thing, but she's kinda hooked into it too. But I do agree there's so little out there these days to watch. We just rewatch the same shows all the time. We finished a Buffy rewatch recently, and what are we working on now? Oh, we're rewatching this show called Paranormal Survivor. It's like one of those ghosty shows, like not where the paranormal teams go in and start knocking on walls and stuff, but like one where people come on and they just tell their story and they do reenactments and stuff. So we've been rewatching that one, and I have no idea what we're gonna watch next. No clue whatsoever. Oh, and I'm doing a rewatch of Degrassi because I'm a huge Degrassi fan. Die hard since the original series, but right now, I'm watching the newer one, The Next Generation. Yeah, so I've been working my way through that. I usually watch that once a year. Drives Matthew nuts. Uh, he's not really a Degrassi fan, but I gotta say, for this rewatch, I think he's kind of into it a little bit of the drama. Excuse me. Paranormal Survivor sounds great. I love those kinds of like the ones with the paranormal crews that are like they're almost filmed like with found footage, sort of, the handheld camcorder sort of thing, and they go in with their machinery and stuff and try to stir things up. That's not my thing. I know it's a lot of people's thing, but it's not my thing. Zach Baggins gets on my nerves. But any of the ones that are like people just telling their story and stuff is very much, what I'm into and, reminiscent of how I grew up in the old haunted Victorian. The joy of getting back into physical DVDs. Yes, there's so much weird stuff from back in the day that I'd forgotten about. And me too. It's I don't know. And there's these like cuz obviously I'm Canadian and there's these like weird Canadian shows and movies that I've been rediscovering and some of them like you can only find on YouTube. Like they haven't re-released them on DVD or anything. And so that's been really fun too because I don't know, it's one of those things, it's almost, like, surreal when you start seeing it. My mom is a big fan of any of the paranormal shows. Yeah, so I used to watch all types of shows. I love them. There's actually one this is not a paranormal show, it's more of a what would you call it? Like, almost like an Unsolved Mysteries, I guess, or like a docuseries. It's called In Search Of, and it's from the '70s and '80s, and it's hosted by Leonard Nimoy, and like the Leonard Nimoy, and, it's one of the very first kind of docuseries sort of paranormal story, weird facts sort of things that I had watched when I was a kid. It used to come on A&E way back in the day, and, that was one of my introductions to, like, really loving paranormal shows and stuff. So if you haven't seen In Search Of, you can find it here on YouTube. The stories and the found footage type of stuff, yeah. Um, so I don't know, it all has its place, right? And we're all gonna like different things, but I just prefer listening to people's stories. And of course, I've got my ghosty book collection over there that's growing. I'm actually, editing a book haul right now that's gonna be going up today. on the channel. We got out to the thrift stores yesterday, which was super fun. Matthew and I had a date day. I've been forcing myself not to take my work computer home, and he kind of had a little bit of a celebration the other night when I didn't take my work home with me for the second night in a row. And he's like, oh my God, because for the past 6 months, I've been working like 12 to 15-hour days. And so I told him I would take him out for a date. So yesterday we had breakfast together. We had Starbucks for breakfast. And then I got all dolled up in a new dress and my witchy boots and stuff. And we went to the thrift stores. There's a couple of like our big one here in Canada is Value Village. So we went out there and I got a whole stack of books that I'm doing a book haul for. And then we went to this Beltane Witches Market, which was really cool because it was all like small business artisans that were selling their wares, and I got some really nice bath bombs and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. And then we went out for lunch together, and then we had to come home and take a nap because we're both still very sick. I don't have anywhere to thrift books. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I love going to thrift stores, not even just for books, but like for, I don't know, clothing, dishware, artwork, whatever. You can find lots of stuff at thrift stores. We love it. Actually, Matthew, his favorite thing to wear is like cargo shorts. And he's still very much a 90s boy where he wears his shorts like halfway down over his butt, with the skate shoes and the hat and the whole thing. So he goes there for his cargo shorts. You know what? I'm trying to take a break. I really am. It's super hard for me. Like I have something called OCPD. It's a personality disorder, and it's something that I really got to work on, like more so than the bipolar or the ADHD or anything else. It's something that I really, really, really struggle with. And one of the things is being an anxious workaholic. And so I'm trying to have a little bit more balance. But our date day was really nice yesterday, making up for it today because I have so much to do for YouTube. All right, guys, I'm going to go into the next sprint. I'm going to set up the kitty here, and I'm hoping to get my video done and the thumbnail done in this sprint. So extended sprint number 2, we're going for an hour. So I'll start the kitty, and I hope you guys have a good sprint, and I will see you on the other side. Hi, guys. Sorry. So a little bit of a change of venue here. I did finish all my editing and got my new video up for this week. So feeling super accomplished. Sorry, there's still a little bit of glare there. So I came up to my beauty room, which is an absolute disaster. There's clothes everywhere. There's makeup everywhere. There's hair stuff everywhere. So for this last sprint that I'm doing, I'm going to be putting on probably a Spooksville book and trying to clean up the disaster that is living as an elder goth with black clothing absolutely invading this room. So let me know what you guys got up to. I see Kat. I don't know if she's still here. I came in to say hello. Hi, Kat. I am going to go over to Cliff's channel and catch you guys on the replay. I'm excited to see what you guys got up to over there and what you chatted about. So if you guys don't know Kat's Novel Adventures, and Cliff, I think it's Cliff's Dark Gems. Make sure you go over and subscribe to them. I love Cliff's channels and Cliff's videos and his channel. He talks about a lot. He's like super, super well read in horror, and he does a lot on like the classics and like the traditional kind of horror. So yeah, make sure to go over and subscribe to them. I am getting a little bit congested here, so one more sprint will probably go for about 45 minutes. And like I said, I'm going to try to clean up this room. And I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to fade a little bit with the recording yesterday, being out shopping and sprinting this morning. So I'm probably going to take a nap after this Sunday afternoon nap and get some reading done, so I can get a little bit of rest before going back to work tomorrow. Pumpkin Queen. I love this hoodie or sweater, actually. It's a crew neck. And I'm so super excited that we're kind of getting into Halloween season now, that we're through April. And yeah, I'm going to be looking for stuff secondhand. I mean, obviously, like Spirit and stuff like that isn't open yet. I think they should be open all year, but that's just my opinion. And but I've been checking around for like secondhand Halloween stuff. So yeah, and saving a little bit of money to do some haunted houses and events and stuff like that coming up in September and October. Currently hiding it in my office, put a dent in my current read, and excited to keep going. Excellent. Em is reading an ARC for an indie author. Need to watch the rest of Cats and Cliff's show. Me too. Hello. Had a great chat. Love Cliff's channel. He's fantastic. I love him so much. He has like one of those soothing kind of voices that I just love to sit there and relax as I'm watching his videos. Always ready for spooky season. Absolutely. I mean, it's always spooky season all the time around here, and I find myself messaging my friend Cameron from Library Macabre quite frequently. We just kind of reminisce about Halloween and what we're getting up to, and books and all the things. So there's a really cute book that I'm talking about actually in that book haul that I just posted. So there is a new video up on the channel with a book haul, and it's one of those like cozy mystery kind of Halloween books. So I think I might actually pick it up really soon, because I'm starting to get into the spirit. Halloween and spirit all year. You know, I think they would do enough business to stay open all year, don't you think? I don't know. I know you can order from them and stuff, but obviously the online ordering would come from the States into Canada, so I can't imagine the shipping would be very cheap. And then of course the conversion and everything, the Canadian dollar is like really crappy right now. So even me ordering from Killstar and places like that, like I haven't done any of it lately, because it's just the conversion rate is absolutely insane. So yeah, I don't know. What are you guys getting up to for the rest of your Saturday? I'm so happy to be back into these sprints. We started them back up last weekend, so hoping some people will start popping in and out on a regular basis. I know we had a good flow there going for a while there, and people really enjoyed it. I like getting my stuff done in the morning too, so then I can just relax for the rest of the day. Matthew just came back from Costco, so we got like, a salad kit and rotisserie chicken. So we can just do that for lunch. And I'm not even really sure what we're doing for dinner. We might pull something out of the freezer and just do something easy. Because like I said, we're both still really struggling with this flu. I know. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Like even, I mean, it's a lot cheaper when they open the spirit stores here. But like I remember there was a couple of times I ordered from Sourpuss and the shipping was expensive. Like I think I bought like 2 dresses and the shipping was expensive. So the shipping was like 25 bucks American. And then when it got here, I had to pay duties and taxes that was almost 80 bucks. And I'm like, "What?" I don't even know how they calculate that stuff, you guys. Ridiculous. So I've got to be careful with my online shopping. Yeah, shouldn't be so expensive. I know, stupid. Reading a cozy mystery called Boiled Over a Maine clam bake. I've heard of those, the Maine clam bake one. So the ones that I read a couple of years ago were the candy coated murder. That one was really good. And then this new one that I put in the book haul was what's it called? It's Murder at the Pumpkin Pageant, but it's like a baking mystery. Hang on. A Beacon Bake Shop mystery, and it's super cute. And there's a Newfoundland dog on the cover, which just, I mean, it just put it over the top. Absolutely. Newfoundland dog, 100%. It's raining, so I'm using that excuse to read it. Oh, where I live in Alberta, it's one of the driest and sunniest places in the whole country, and I hate it. I grew up on a little island that's usually always misty and foggy and raining and everything, and I really miss that. But here on the prairies and into the mountains, it's super dry, and we don't get a whole lot of rain out here. Like we're going to be getting into fire season pretty quickly, probably in like June, July. So our summers are usually super hot and it's smoky and it's terrible. I wish it was raining here. Have a cup of tea and just sit down and read. It's wild that it costs so much to ship. I know. Other countries are right next door. Like, I mean, we're right there. Like, and what's up with the duties and taxes? Like $80 on, $150 order? Like, I don't know how the heck they calculate that. Stupid. Have 2 more March reviews to write on my Goodreads. I still have to fill in my March wrap up. Kat, I was saying earlier, I'm behind on life too. I have so much catching up to do. I have to watch other people's videos. I have to record my own videos. I'm working on a vlog for Patreon. I have to do content planning. It's never ending. So hopefully now that I'm not working so much overtime for my adult job, that it'll be a little bit easier to get back into like the YouTube stuff and reading and the things that fill my cup, It's no excuse. Absolutely. It's just a money grab. Like everything is a money grab these days. Treading water over here. Should be preparing for the new week. Yes. I'm reading instead. Yes. Isn't that always the way? And it's the same thing with me. Like I know I'm, going to clean in here and stuff, but I just want to sit down and relax rather than being an adult and vacuuming and doing all the things. But I have to say, like, Matthew usually takes care of most of the household stuff. So I'm really thankful for that. California, pretty dry here. Yeah, California is it's not that far underneath us. You guys are over west a little bit more. You're kind of under British Columbia more so than Alberta. But I know you guys struggle with the fires and stuff out there too. It's crazy. And last summer was like one of the worst ones that we had. It was totally out of control. And it always makes it bad, like even where the fires are not like close to me, but like with the winds and stuff, it blows in and just you can't even see. You can't see anything, you can't breathe. Um, can't turn on your air conditioning because it just blows into your house. It's really crappy. I hate summer. To make a dream team. I'm in a ridiculously adorable marriage. I'm not gonna lie. Matthew is, the prize husband. He does so much, and he allows me to have big princess energy. So I concentrate on my YouTube and my work and all the things, and he takes care of the stuff at home, which is fantastic. So sorry, guys. I hate having this stupid cough that's just lingering. Adulting is overrated. Sadly, we don't I think it's almost one of those things where you wish, like, for a year that you would have to be an adult, and then you could go back to being, like, a teenager or being a kid so you can realize how good you have it at the time. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Is it possible to move back where you grew up at some point? I mean, I could, but it it's just one of those things where the cost of living is super high out there. Taxes are super high out there, and the economy is not good. Like the job rates and stuff aren't as lucrative as where I am now. So it's just one of those things. And it's funny because when I go back to Newfoundland to visit, um, I always say like it's a nice place to visit, but then it's like, okay, it's time to come back to Alberta. But I do miss the ocean. I miss the Atlantic and, the fog and all of that. But I always say when I win my lottery, I'm going to be out of here and living in a haunted manor on the English coast somewhere, just working on my reading and writing and everything and get away from people. But, I am quite blessed, like to have the job that I do and have a house and all of that. It's just, I wish it wasn't so damn hot and dry out here. I'm definitely an island girl through and through. Okay, what time is it? 10:42. I'm gonna change the kitty. Because I don't think I'm gonna make it through an hour. So I'm gonna do 45 for the last sprint. Hopefully you guys will get lots read or be accomplished in the last sprint. Haunted Manor on the English coast sounds good. The movie The Others, where it's always misty and there's like a cemetery in the backyard and stuff. That's that's what I want. I want to live in a haunted manor with a cemetery in the backyard. I mean, I got the cemetery that I used to play in as a child tattooed on me. So it's my jam, right? Okay, bye, Em. Mom duty. Absolutely. I have to do a rewatch of The Others coming up here. Maybe we'll do that tonight. Something like just spooky and calming. I mean, it's scary, obviously, but I love that movie. It's so good. All right, guys, I'm going to bring up the kitty and get her going, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the sprint. Hi guys. How did everybody make out with their sprint? I managed, actually, I didn't listen to Spooksville. I threw on Book of Thorns again, so I'm probably going to get that one finished up today. And like I said, the live show will be next weekend on the channel. I will have Edie Lewis on with me to chat about it. So hopefully all you guys can come check it out. And yeah, so also new book haul just got posted as well. And then I think that's about it for things that I have going on right now. I have some stuff for my patrons as well that will be going up. So if you're one of my patrons, then there'll be stuff going up over there also. So I got a whole bunch of laundry folded during that sprint, which is great. Because it's so hard to find. People are like, oh, it must be so easy to find clothes when you dress all in black. You could just reach into your closet and grab something. And I'm like, no, because when you're looking for a specific thing to wear and everything that you wear is black, it makes it really, really hard to find it, especially if you have a floor like I do. And it's something that I've struggled with my whole life. It used to drive my poor mother nuts that I always had clothes all over the place. So glad that I got that cleared up and into the drawers. And I need to organize my closet as well because it's starting to get warm here. Like I said at the beginning of the sprint, we go right from winter into summer here in Alberta. So I have to get my winter stuff cleared out of my closet and moved into the spare. And I did buy some new dresses for summer this year, really, really pretty ones. So I have to get my my closet kind of up and going for spring summer. And yeah, so thanks so much for hopping on sprints, guys. I am starting to get very tired. Like I said, this flu is kicking my butt. So I'm gonna go relax for the rest of the day. We'll probably have lunch. Matt has lunch ready down there. What time is it? 11:30. And probably take a nap and watch some movies for the rest of the day, get some reading done as well. So thank you guys so much for coming on. Kat is still writing her reviews. Made some peach tea. That sounds lovely. I want to have a cup of tea as well. Thanks for the reminder. I need to wash my clothes. Matt has to do some laundry today too. We do our bed sheets on Sunday. So he's going to be doing that. But I'm so glad that I've got a little bit of cleaning done. Thanks so much, Amanda. I'm going to go get some rest, you guys. So I'm sure we'll be chatting during the week, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye.